What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com and welcome back to another week of our Kentucky Derby top 5 prospects as we are now into the last round of prep races. Going to start this weekend, Louisiana Derby, the UAE Derby over in Dubai, the Jeff Ruby Stakes at Turfway Park, and we also have the Sunland Derby over at Sunland Park. So 4 huge prep races here as we kind of round this thing out and kind of get into the last 3 major weekends before we get to Kentucky. All right, let's get to the top 5 here. I said last week we probably wouldn't have any changes, and we don't. We've got 5 horses here, all 5 the same of what we ranked last week. And we do have some updates, though, on a few of them, so I think it's important to stay tuned to the video. All right, let's go to the number 5 horse. Red Route 1 is going to come in at number 5 for me once again this week. Here's the deal. He was supposed to enter in the Louisiana Derby, and he did not. I actually think this was a good move. Why move him from Oaklawn Park? He's been running very well there with 2 straight seconds. They kind of said Louisiana Derby was going to be the goal. Now it's not. It looks like Arkansas Derby is going to be the goal for Red Route 1, so maybe we're going to have to wait another week to see him. But he'll come in at number 5 on my list. If anything, he is consistent, and that's something that's kind of rare with these horses so far. So number 5 on the list, Red Route 1. Let's go to number 4, Tapit Trice. Of course, won the Tampa Bay Derby in a performance it's kind of hard to judge. You know, the analytics weren't great on it, but the way he finished the race and the way he closed were really good. Field wasn't great, so he's kind of in limbo. We're going to see him next in the Bluegrass. We'll get that final decision on him. Number 4, Tapit Trice, once again this week for me. Number 3, Instant Coffee. Well, we've been waiting since Lecomte to see him run back. Of course, he was very impressive in that race, winning at Fairgrounds. He was also very impressive as a 2-year-old in the Kentucky Jockey Club. Now we see him this weekend in the Louisiana Derby. So our number 3 horse, Instant Coffee, will try to make it, 3 big stakes wins in a row. And we'll see, can Instant Coffee kind of be that other horse besides the big horse of Forte and Practical Move? So we're going to find out this weekend if he progresses in the Louisiana Derby. He's number 3 on our list, but it's a big weekend for him. Number 2, Practical Move. Boy, he put in a sensational work at Santa Anita over the weekend. All systems seems to be go for Practical Move. We're going to see him in the Santa Anita Derby, still a couple weeks away. But man, he has really come on at the right time. He could be developing at the perfect time. He's number 2 on the list for now. We'll see if he can repeat that kind of effort in the Santa Anita Derby that he did in the San Felipe. We could be talking about a number 1 horse by the time we get to the Kentucky Derby, but he's got to prove it again. He's had 1 sensational race. Can he make it 2? We're going to find out in a couple weeks in the Santa Anita Derby. And number 1 on the list, once again, since November, all the way till now, Forte has been number 1 on the list. He continues to be number 1 this week. We're going to see him in the Florida Derby 2 weeks away on that first Saturday in April. We're going to see if he can solidify himself as the Kentucky Derby favorite. Forte, of course, a huge win in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Pretty solid off of a little bit of a layoff. Nice 3-year-old debut. He should progress forward off of that race, and that's what you're going to be looking for in the Florida Derby. He needs to continue to progress. He needs to step up and run better with each of his starts. That's what we're going to be looking for in a couple of weeks. But as of right now, Forte seems to be the logical number 1. All right, to recap, number 5, Red Route 1. Number 4, Tapit Trice. Number 3, Instant Coffee. We'll see him this weekend, and we'll make our final determination on him. Number 2, Practical Move. And number 1, Forte. All right, that's the new, same top 5 as last weekend, but the newest top 5 as we come into a 4 prep weekend. Will Instant Coffee live up to this billing, and will he continue to be in the top 5? Will we see a huge performance, big enough performance, I should say, to move into the top 5? Those are the questions as we go into this weekend. Doesn't get better than this. The last 3 weekends here of Kentucky Derby prep races are going to be very exciting. It all starts here. All right, guys, that's it. That's the list for now. We will be back next week with a new list, so we'll see what happens. Can number 2 Practical Move or number 1 Forte get replaced? Find out next week after we've seen a big round of preps this weekend. All right, guys, thanks everybody for watching. Hit like if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you really like it and want to get alert anytime we do videos like this. And we'll see you next week.
RacingDudes.com is your home for the best free picks for every race, every track across the country. We're ramping up for the 2023 Kentucky Derby, and we want you to join us in the fun. Subscribe to Racing Dudes YouTube channel and click the notification bell so you never miss a single video. Want to make money betting horses? Bet with the Racing Dudes.